Season 3 of the critically acclaimed series Rescue Me is hotter than ever, with the series stars arriving in style with sirens blaring courtesy of Fire Truck Ladder 62 for the premiere at New York's Ziegfeld Theater. Daniel Sunjata, who plays womanizer Franco, talks about his next conquest on the show.
They brought Susan Sarandon on the show, and she's playing my love interest for 3 or 4 episodes. And aside from the obvious fact that it's a tremendous honor to work with someone, of her accomplishment, what I'll say about the storyline is that Franco's been warming up to the idea of being a single father, and Susan kind of comes into the picture and throws a wrench in that whole program. I won't say exactly how, but she just really kind of it's a really interesting twist. I thought it was brilliant what Peter and Dennis came up with in terms of the writing for that. Not so heavy on the hot and heavy love scenes. I mean, she's a fantastically gorgeous, very beautiful and desirable woman. She's married, has a husband. No, actually, it was most of the scenes took place outside of the bedroom. There were a couple, but.
When we last left Lou, played by John Skirty, he was swindled out of thousands of dollars by a conning woman of the night. John talks about how his character will deal with the hard blows he's been dealt.
Some guys deal with, issues like that in a mature adult manner, and my character, Lou, does not. And so what you're seeing is really a guy going through a lot of really hard times, a lot of internal struggle, a lot of drinking. A lot of trying to hide and trying to figure out what went wrong. And it was really cool to play it because he's not normally that kind of guy. And the responses I'm getting from people are that it really does hit a nerve with them. Because, I think he's a character that people really like to watch. He's funny, he's affable, he's approachable. And when you see somebody like that in pain, which is really what he is for the first chunk of season 3, it's a little hard to watch. It's great, it's fun to play, but it's also, he means a lot to me.
And then there's the usual girl troubles ahead for firefighter Sean, played by Stephen Pasquale, who often seems to be bumbling things up. Stephen talks about the best advice he received from a real firefighter who's always on set giving them tips, and reveals they used real axes to bash down doors on the show.
Of course, except Dennis's, it's like 16 ounces and the rest of ours is like 25 pounds. Don't tell him I said that. But, when we get our own show, we'll get the light axe. Probably don't hold the axe like that because you'd cut your arm off as you run up the stairs. Is a good one that we always get. But tons, my God, they're all of our background guys are real firemen, so they're the ones to be like, no, you look like an actor when you do that, so don't do that.
Season 3 of Rescue Me premieres Tuesday, May 31st at 10 p.m. on FX.